and gentlemen, everyone from the LGBTIQ area as well. What is up? It is grand finals time, and it is with the one and only HazDaddySlim, baby.
Amp, good to see you, and hello everyone. How are we doing? The Avo Uni season, well, semester one comes to a close tonight, and what a grand final it's lining up to be. We've got Uni of New South Wales Raw up against Swinburne Black. Raw side have not dropped a game during this final series so far. They've been solid throughout. And on the other side of things, Swinburne Black, the only game they did lose was at the start against the Raw side 2-1. From there, in the lower bracket run, they have been flawless, not dropping a single map over on that one. And they're looking to reverse that first round of the playoffs there to try and take out these grand finals. And Amp, I'm sure it's going to be an absolute banger this one. I'm looking forward to it. You're looking forward to it. I'm sure everyone in chat that's here already is looking absolutely forward to it. It is going to be a banger for sure.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely delicious coming in. And I'll tell you, we've been waiting very, very long for this. It's been a beautiful start, a beautiful middle term, and a beautiful run all the way through the brackets. And I tell you what, if you haven't tuned into all the matches, or if you haven't seen what AEL is all about, it is time to get yourself into it. And I gotta say right now, before we get into everything tonight, let's quickly talk about the bans right here. You've got Swinburne quickly going to overpass, because obviously you see it on screen, and of course UNSW on Inferno, which means that the decider is going to be Ancient. Like, mass respect right there for taking out games like Vertigo and stuff, because UNSW is historically amazing at it. But before we go fully deep dive in and all the way to tonight, we've got some sponsors that we must shout out who has supported AEL from the beginning.
Yes, we do, because they have done very good stuff for us. We start off with our very first one. It's Predator. You can conquer new worlds with a Predator Gaming today. They're the gaming PC partner of AEL, and they put power and precision into your hands. Elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality performance, and that is all thanks to Predator. Our second one, well, it comes for the viewing side of things. It's AOC, and AOC, they have just launched the first ever monitor crafted for League of Legends. And me being such an avid League of Legends fan, I am just frothing at the mouth for that one. And it's represented in every aspect, for the iconic head text design, which I definitely know and love, the logo to a specific game setting mode, in-game visuals achieve their fullest potential from the combination of AOC's monitors, expertise with the creators of League of Legends, Riot Games. So make sure you check that one out. It's the Aegon Pro AG275 QXL. You can look at that today at au.aoc.com. And finally, well, we're talking about ears for this one, because it's our guys over at Rig. They develop headsets, superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. So make sure you join the Rig team and enhance your gaming experience, because they just do all the great stuff there. And those are our sponsors. And as I was saying that as well, the matches they're almost ready to get underway. In fact, I think the pistol is just about to get started.
Well then, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in the community, please give it up for the grand finals between UNSW Raw and Swinburne Black. We have made it all the way here, and it is going to be an absolute amazing grand finals. Give it up, cheer it into the Twitch chat, into wherever you're watching it from, because we are gonna start this match officially.
And Verdon's going to just completely decimate Keza early on. Swinburne Black starting on that T side and already towards the A side, being shut down there on that platform. Meanwhile, though, towards Monster Lane and the rest of his team is going to be heading towards B. That's where it's going to be most of his play going. I'll keep picking out from that short side there as they try and get around Spike, or Bomb should go down. I'm saying Spike like I'm still casting Valorant, as it's going to go down there. 4v5 situation. Min and Gibbs are quite low over the backs, and Easter's grabbed one. Make that two for Easter. The low player there in Gibbs. And all of a sudden, Swinburne swing this bunk around. Verdon, though, with another nice one tap. He's got two in the round. Needs to find a couple more with his teammates, but Comfy's got Sir Quest, and Lane grabs another on the Min. And now Verdon, he was a star to start this one, but he's got to find three more. He's only on 12 HP, kit in hand. But there's not much he can do in this situation as the bomb continues to tick. And it looks like Swinburne Black will be picking up this first round. Lolkey pushes in, grabs the last. He'll find himself one in the round. It's a pretty even spread there for Swinburne Black. And they're on the board first, Amp.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just, instantly get into the action. Don't give any chances. And I gotta put it like this right now. We haven't seen UNSW roll with Verdant City for a while. He has now returned onto the lineup in order to join this. And of course, we've got Vader, who's been playing this whole time. He's cheering in. Easy for Raw, he says. And now we have the mac and cheese pulled out onto the side of Swinburne, who actually demolished Monash C5S yesterday onto the same. So historically right now they are looking to be picking up their map. Currently they're doing as much as they can, but look at this. As soon as we say that, Easter gets the trade. Forvian is going to be the one to pick this one up, and there's going to be the walk up, takes down Verent straight up, and a little bit of friendly fire at the same time, but Kaza cleans all this one up, losing the one. They will take that round any day of the week.
Yeah, so I mean, he came into that one against the Pistols, not really too much he can do. There's a bit of a, early on there, the trades came across and, one picked up there from Vernon, but pretty much from there, not much they could really do on that side Raw. And now the investment will come in. You can see Gibbs a bit low with his FAMAS, everyone else with the M4A1S is the, it's the smart man's pick of this choice of the M4s, the M4A4. Pretty much put on the back burner at this point with the M4A1S's superior firing speed. And Easter's just going to be running out early towards Fountain. He's already going to get Verdon down. So the man who was starting out pretty well here for Raw, he's going to be dropped just like that. In now, a lot of pressure towards Connector. Finds the first. Swings around though to look back towards the top. And he's not ready for the second one there as Lane will catch him off. Circus did find Easter in the meantime. In towards that B side. So 3v3 situation. Bomb still back towards T-spawn at this point. So... And still plenty of time to ride in the round. They've got plenty of utility as well here, Swinburne, so they can take their time, look for an opening somewhere, and then go back and retrieve that bomb, which I'm assuming Lolk might try and do. But again, still a minute. Take their time to get it done, but just not too long, so they're not left with anything.
Alright, slowly. The 3v3 is not looking so bad. Swinburne does have a little bit more advantage right now. They need to get a little bit of opening. They don't really have the info as of yet, because Raw is starting to just check back. They know they can't give anything out. Map control is still going to be pretty much into the side of Swinburne. They have confirmed that there's not a lot to do right now. Significantly, if they do want to draw some attention, they can look to get Kaza to make some noise into A, eventually to push out into B. Otherwise, they play through Connector and eventually descent. I think that's going to be the current play. The dissension is going to be making B as the final push. 25 seconds left on the clock, and so insert comes a lot of your utilities. For Vince going to be throwing a few back, trying to eventually draw some line of information through. And here we go. The first push is going to come alive, and yet there's going to be the... Wow, all the kills are coming in from Raw. They take 1, 2, and 3, and they instantly put themselves on the board.
Well, superior guns in the end there with those M4A1Ss up against what the buy was from last round from Swinburne. And now, on their side of things, a bit low on a few players. They could look to invest fully in a couple there, but I think it's just going to be pretty much a couple. Maybe pistols? No, they have fully invested. So the AK's come out late. A couple of Galils there on Easter and Keza. Meanwhile, the AK's picked up the other side of things to Gibbs and 4-Vent. You got the M4A1S and Verdon. Min and also Cirquest a bit low with that FAMAS, and there in Easter, that flash not going the particular way it wanted to early on, but again, a lot of presence towards connected. They had 2 players there last time. This time it's going to be Comfy and Keza leading the way in this regard, so 3 ganged up towards that position. Just trying to find anything here early, but Raw sitting mostly towards Barton. Verdon going to be hitting a bit of this as well. Going to respond there with that smoke just to cover off that first entrance, but again, there's not too much there. Lolk seems to be that lurk player they want towards B at the moment. He's been over there quite a number of times already in these early rounds. Bomb again left back towards spawn. So they're happy to sort of go searching early, see if they can get anything in there. And then Lolk, if they get fixed towards A, they can start pushing in towards there. But so far, minute left on the clock. No players spotted yet on either side, but Kessa's getting extremely close. Now Verdon's going to be spotted there, but Kessa jumping in. I don't think Cirquest, he's not going to be ready for him that close there. Molto goes close, and there it is. Cirquest grabs that one. Smoke can go down as well, and he can just fall off that position.
Oh, that is very, very nice patient play from Raw. They went for the bait and they full on just gave him a ton a little bit. And then little didn't realize Circus was already camped up at the front. So a nice little bit of take instantly reduces the firepower of Swinburne. And now they still have the utilities. They have the ability to make a nice little bit of push, blocking out all the back plays here. So they can have the dumpster full smoke. They have the flashes in. But they need to make a decision fast, because yes, they can draw out a lot of fire. They can draw a little bit of rotation into the fake, but at the same time, Raw has a possible flank, and now that nade is not going to connect as much as they want. Vert is going to be pushed up. He's going to quickly take out one, spots out a little bit more, and he is just trying to get something for it. Easter pushes him, gets this one down, and that is going to be the last second plan. But Cirquest is just going to come from the back, and they are going to pick up, get a few guns, and they will go home with a victory.
Yeah, perfect one there from Raw on that retake. Well, wasn't really much of a retake there, and the bomb almost stopped before it even got planted, but solid round for them. They save a lot of money with those 4 players surviving. Everyone picks up AK, so Verdon's the only one who's going to have to reinvest at this point. One of his teammates could possibly drop him if they want, but everyone's sort of around that 4,000 mark, if anything. And yeah, for A1S will come across there. Forvent the man to drop him that. And on the other side of things, Swinburne Black. You just see the pistols out here, P250s, a couple of Deagles, the flash on towards Easter. Not particularly too much you'd be thinking they could do in towards this round. But again, pistols, they get in those positions, especially the Deagles out for some long range ones. They have the P250s up close against that head armor, and they're just going to go rushing through connector. A couple of players get cut off, and Cirquest has to try and hold this one down here. The spray gets 2. Lane will grab that one there, but he's not aware that Verdon's behind and already pushed back in towards that party area. Verdon would 1, 2, make it 3. M4A1S clears up the last couple of stragglers from connector, and Raw will get themselves up to 3.
Alright, so this is going to be the rebuy coming back from Swinburne. Definitely wanted to just go for a quick push right there. Taking the 1, which was okay. Unfortunately, they didn't get too much more done. So Raw got to be happy about that one. So the full buy is going to be on the board right here for Swinburne. And now it looks like a very aggressive push onto the Canals. They do want to make a little bit of play from connector into the construction, trying to clear everything out, and that will give them presence on towards the B. And look at the way Raw responds. They instantly know that they can have that map presence, they can have the aggressive play. They can say, all right, if you want to come in here and challenge us, we're going to trade maybe 2 for 1, and then at the same time we able to flank in order to see what else you can do, because we know that you're not going to be able to push out long or even A at the same time, and we're able to forfeit that position without too much going ahead. And so utility is going to come through, and wow, that's a lot of damage to Forvin. Instantly goes down to 45.
Spray through there from Kezit. Does catch a bit there, and Comfy meanwhile making his way out towards that fountain area. So the A side, pretty much most of bathrooms and that long area left open as Raw have gone for this stack towards B. Going off that early presence, at least the noise from Keza and Lolk. And Verdon the spam through. In fact, it was the boost up above, and Keza was not ready for that at all. Caught completely off guard. And they could almost start falling off there as well, because he would have at least gotten a bit of information. He only saw the one play. You can see Verdon's already making his way back towards the A site, and I think Min's going to be going that way as well. So, again, losing that early player. Okay, with that flash towards that sandbags area, trying to just keep these players here for now. Maybe draw some rotations back. Keep Raw second guessing. With 27 seconds, they have to hit towards us, and Comfy's got to find some shots. He starts off nice to there on the Verdon, finding that first one. Flash coming out as well. Turquoise tucked in towards the corner, and Min is sitting towards the bins there as they start to make their way in. Min completely flashed off, and he has to fall off that one, taking some damage there. And now it's smoked away, but Turquoise making his way around the smokes, get 2, stops the plan as well. Min gets Comfy, and it's all left on lane, and he'll just want to die before time runs out, really. Or try and save that AK, but he's all dear. This could be a problem. Finds 1, can't get a second. Gibbs will get him, and Lane's money will be in the bin. I think the only good thing from that and that perspective is that, I mean, they're not really going to be able to invest into this round anyway, but Raw, I mean, they dropped the first 2 amp, but they've been very solid in these next couple. On the gun rounds, they've looked very solid on these holds on towards A and also B.
Yeah, this is the good part right here as well. Ver is going to be back on that big MVP, and so it's going to be a David versus Goliath match. They need to have that down. Comfy and Lane, they both get naded down with utilities. Very, very low health. So me was from the Mole connector right here. Nice headshot right there. That's the power of the AK. No matter what you do, and Ver is going to quickly get one. The nade, though, is not the same angle that he wished to go, but at the same time, it's going to be just enough for him to fall off the angle. I tell you what, Raw has already started this. They know there's going to be a round of pistols. They know Swinburne doesn't really have that pushing power, and so they're looking to just do some damage, maximize themselves onto a site. If they do get an explosion coming through, then that will be the most that they can get in order to just quite quickly go for a plant, but at the same time Forvin all the way from the back. Even though he's been detected, he instantly just takes that kill, and now Swinburne, they're pretty much just gonna be rotting into the middle before they get cleared out, and it's gonna be very, very hard for them to take anything through.
It's just hoping they don't really clear angles at this point as they start to make their way slowly up that bathroom area. Verdon is going to be put down to 4, and Keza actually does find that one there. The spray from Min, though, him and Gibbs combine to finish off the last 2, so only the one player got in there from Swinburne. No bomb plant. But the buy will come through this one, and this is where the problem comes in for Lane. Because he did die previously in that other round, didn't have the money through to the next. He was only stuck on 700 because he didn't get that loss by a bonus, and now he's down to $50. From what he was at, everyone's pretty low, but he's only got the Galil there. Everyone else with the AKs Now the full utility. Probably could have wanted a bit more, but I'll take what it is. For Swinburne, important gun round here. After initially getting the first two on that pistol, they've been, well held back here from Raw. We've adjusted quite well on their defensive sides. Happy to stack sort of a few players towards this B side early. And look at this from Forvan. So much presence there as he's pushed all the way through Monster. And Lolk is caught completely off guard. And it's going to force probably a bit of a faster push towards this A-long area. You can see Lane is making his way up connector as well. But already two tucked in towards A. Rotation starting to come as well. And all that noise is going to be heard. So again, Swinburne, they lose that early player ramp, but it just makes things so much harder because you lose all that utility the player had, and it's just, having that extra number to do the trades on towards the side where they're going very quickly towards A right here.
Alright, they really don't have too much choice, especially losing that one. Now Circle is meanwhile stuck into the corner. He knows that he can hold it. Nice flash is going to quickly take out Lang, and Easter is going to be brought very low. He does burn eventually, and two from behind. Oh, that flash was just so good. Ming's utility right now has provided the value that Rule needed, and Cirquest will say, swipe, swipe, yonk, yummy, yummy in my tummy. And so that is a 6-2 and Swinburne. They need to get that readjustment through because they have lost 6 in a row after claiming the first two, and they are going to be looking for this round to get a maximum little bit of damage, if not a little bit more information before they come back next round with the extra guns.
I'll have to check in with Cirquest and see if he actually said that, because I'm leaning towards it. Probably not, but hey, you never know. Maybe you've got the connection with him that I don't. But Swinburne, after winning the first two, is now 6 lost in a row. Back onto the pistols. Deagle's out. It's for everyone except Lolk on that Tech 9. Verdon taking some early damage, though, through that wood there. And Keza trying to make his way up towards this connector side. Does have bomb in hand, so has to be careful he doesn't lose that one. But they just haven't really been able to break into the sides, even when they've had the full buys. So they're just trying to figure out how they're going to get into one of these ones here as Lolk making his way through in towards this area here, down in water. Easter, meanwhile, sort of all a bit spread out at the moment. He's looking towards this long side, and he will actually first spot Cirquest, tags him up a bit as he comps a bit of damage himself. But 56 seconds, they haven't gained too much ground, or as much as they would have wanted. But the problem is they have no utility whatsoever. It's just guns, no armor. Just hope the pistol shots hit. So this really should just be cleanups for Raw when they do spot them. It looks like they're going to be culminating towards this A site right now. Just going to be leaving Lolk sitting towards that sandbag side. Everyone else making their way slowly up towards bathrooms. You can see Comfy making his way up there now. Lolk as well be joining connector. So it's just going to be the rush on towards this A site. Try and find these players. There's only 2 sitting here at the moment, so opportunities maybe. And if they just hit the shots out, well, every chance they can get something done here.
Alright, here we go. Ming and Cirquest, they're going to quickly do a big cleanup. Meanwhile, Cirquest still alive with 3 health. He finally gets taken down. It's just going to be a Lolk. Lolk desperately trying to get the economy going with a plan. He goes, no, please. Just a few more seconds. But no, Raw's not going to give it to them. I'll tell you what. Cirquest today is absolutely popping off with me. It's like the perfect synergy, holding onto the side, getting the correct utility, and that synergy is something that, even good players at the upper level won't be able to achieve so easily. So massive credits to Raw coming into full form in the grand finals. Swinburne right now struggling a little bit. They do have the guns, the lost bar bonus, everything stacked for them. So this is the most important one for them. If they wish to make a claim, they need to make it happen right now. The nade is going to be traded right here, and Verdun City is going to be down a tiny little bit. Keza gets naded as well. Does spot Forvin, but at the same time, Forvin is going to quickly duck down. Easter quickly comes through. Nice swing, but it's just going to be traded. They said we've had enough and we want this side right now. At the same time, that could have been super damaging, but that's going to be the first one. And Forvin slowly still stuck into the corner. Can't really do too much. Cirquest is trying to back him up as much as he can, and Min from the back. Min gets taken down, and now there's going to be the push. Forvin is gone, and it's just going to be Cirquest. Cirquest 1-on-3 needs to go big. Can he do it, or will it be Swinburne finally getting that one? They spotted him just now. There's going to be the flash. The utility is going to quickly cut him off. They're going to keep on spamming that area. Cirquest comes out, takes 1 down to 1, but Lang is going to put him down, and that was what Swinburne sorely needed.
Well, they will take that there, and it was just sort of started off by, Easter just making that early aggression. He gets traded out, but just doing that towards sandbags. You find that one, and then the position also revealed the other player rang around that B site. Just what they need, a bit more aggression. Utilities used well, and they will take that round there. Swinburne Black there first, after 7 in a row there from Raw. And now Now again, the bars will be out. Gibbs has got an M4A4 as well. I didn't actually notice that from the others. So interesting to see how he uses that one there. But again, Swinburne, I think smelling some blood in the water after getting these, last few plays towards the B side. But all rushing through that, Molotov towards that sandbag side. And there's such low players. Gibbs, it doesn't matter what M4 he's got. He's got 2 there, looking for a 3rd. Make it 3. Keza will be able to trade back with 2. The nade getting Min. Forvin gets Keza though. Can't figure at least a trade back there. But he's stuck onto the side by himself. Both coming up from sandbags, and Verdon will finish it off there. And Raw get the job done. And that really just came off him. The players, I think, pushing in there, I think it was Easter and it was Comfy. They just took so much damage from the Molotov and sandbags, and they just really couldn't take the fights there. And I mean, really nice hold from Gibbs. 3 kills on the M4A4. A gun which is, definitely not as superior to the M4A1S at the moment. But, put it in the right hands, it can still do damage.
Yeah, who needs the gun difference where your molly does most of the work for you, right? So Gibbs definitely showing off right there in true colors, and of course the old-fashioned style is like, damn the metas, I'll do whatever I want. And so in true fashion, there's going to be another molly in front of Loke. Loke position is going to be revealed for now. A little bit of information is going to go back to Raw, so Nate is going to be coming back, bounces onto him, he goes down to 65. Ver's going to keep on trying to push him, and that's a nice little bit of respective push. Ver's trying to get this one out, but Gibbs, what a backup. Spots lane out instantly, no entry for you, my friend. And now slowly Swinburne lost one of the big carrots really early in the beginning, and so it's up to the rest to quickly find out a point of entry. And in that entry, Comfy is trying his best to make this one through long, and they're slowly rotation. Well, it's just going to be there. I mean, they're rotating into it, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough for them to fully persuade themselves and say, okay, this is the way just yet. Keza, meanwhile, making through the connector, making sure that no one's going to be spotting this one now. Slowly, they are going to creep up. Keza's trying to make a little bit more good. Oh, that's giving a little bit of info. Spots him, damages him, and now he pretty much can't go too much. He has to stay and keep on baiting from the fire so he can provide a little bit more cover for the rest of his team that's coming through. And Sequest takes Comfy really close. I'm not sure that's going to be enough for the push onto the side.
Smoke down. He's still tucked in towards this corner. Swinburne trying to push in towards this one here, but 5v3. They've got to find some initial ones there. The spray towards Circos can't find anything. At least a little bit of damage. And Gibbs has already found Easter. Keza finally put Circos away, but Verdon with the immediate trade. Now it's all left on the Lolke. Pushing out through long, and he's going to be put away there from Gibbs. And yeah, it's the problem here for Swinburne is like the rounds they've won have pretty much all been towards B. So when the B push hasn't been working for them, they have to go towards the A side. And their pushes towards A just have not worked at all. The utility stuff, everything, they've just lost the duels every single time going in. It's just Raw just holding it down really nicely. Their rotations have been sold as well. And it's just, they've just been on top throughout in this first half, 9-3. Still 3 more rounds to go. And Swinburne, again, with this, well, I'd say mostly full buy. Kez is a bit low, but everyone else has got enough there. And Verdon, meanwhile, he's just already got on towards Party. They didn't spot him. Finds a first there. Even possibly a second. The spray to Keza doesn't quite connect. And he might just be in a bit of trouble here as they start to push in towards him, and Easter will put him away. So now an opportunity because Circos went to try and save him, and Lane finds out one. 4 of them will get the pick towards B, but they can start pushing towards his A side. The problem is now, because they're leaving the bomb back towards the spawn, instead of being able to rush maybe towards A, get a quick plant there, they have to just sort of rethink. But still plenty of time. Minute 10 sort of left on the clock here. The B side now only has the 1 player, and they've stretched it down to 3, but you look at that, I mean, Lane's 22, Keza's 28. They need to try and get these picks just without losing too much HP, so there's going to be a lot of emphasis on Easter to find something here, because I'm assuming Lane probably goes down here once that smoke dissipates. It's going to make things very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. They are very soft right now. At the same time, Ming is going to quickly go up, try to spot something else. I mean, they are inviting them into a flank. Swinburne right now, obviously they could have went for a fast B, using the man advantage right there just to push on 3 or 1 for the side. But at the same time, you see Lane getting extra info. They go, oh look, this side is a little bit open. But little do they know, this is all a trap. And so, considering your best General Akbar moment right now, it could just go very good or very, very bad for Swinburne because they were enabled a plant. However, Ming from back takes out Keza, and now they know where he is, and now everyone else is going to be coming through. Lane's going to get the trade. It's just up to Easter. 1-2 situation. And he is just going to be walked upon by Ming. I mean, if you look at it from a strategic point of view, Raw knew exactly what they needed to do for the ultimate bait. And they gave Swinburne the ultimate dub right after because they said, hey, you need a little bit of extra incentive to come in and push into us. Here it is.
Well, full buy again coming in here for Swinburne, but I mean, Raw they've just been so solid again. It's just the holds there and that retake as well. Again, 3v3, and you'd say, the Swinburne players, a couple of them were quite low, but they're just picking out the angles and know how to hold them. In with the swing there as well to finish off the last one, and again, they just continue to hold these ones nicely, but it looks like the B side is where they want to be heading once again. Swinburne's where they've had success. It's been limited, but it's where it's been. But just like that, Mim from the back door, going to get low K. And Forward grabs Keza Comfy. We'll be able to get that trade back to the Bombers down. So I think he can do this one forward. And Easter running out from Sandbase grabs that. Can't really get towards Gibbs, and Gibbs has found two just like that. The spray there from Comfy will put him away in the one tap as well to Sirquest. And all of a sudden, a 1v1, but he's got no idea Burton's coming behind. Oh, he takes the fight with it. Almost comes out on top, but it will be Verdon shutting it down. And Raw find 11. And so close for Swinburne. They would have loved a fourth one there, but it just falls away. And losing those two initial ones in those fights, it just hurts so much, because in the end, they managed to even things out. But it'll leave it in a 1v3. And Verdon, he almost got counted out there in the flank. I thought he really didn't have any idea, but he goes and checks it. Almost gets the job done, but... Yep, I mean, almost isn't good enough. 11-3, Raw looking for a 12-3 half. Especially this being, I believe, this is Swinburne's map pick as well. So, rough start for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so right now coming to the final round of the first half, you have Swinburne, who initially took a little bit of damage for all the utilities. They're going to quickly rush this one up. Gibbs, true to his words, he's just going to keep on making things work. And look at this, he gets pushed finally, but he has thought it a lot of the attack. Sequest, meanwhile, coming from the flank slowly. He does get dropped there. He gets spotted, but he's going to take lane with him. Yes, there's going to be a plan, but how long will Swinburne be able to play this one? And so slowly, Sequest, he gets challenging. He pulls that one away. It's now up to Loke. Loke from behind, looking for Sequest. Gonna get him. At the same time, that gives a lot of info to Ver. Ver is just going to quickly get this one through. It's not going to be enough time because Loke, he's not running.
He knows. Loke's got no idea. Pros do not fake and Van Loke. It's just such an awkward position to be in, because he knows his location. He goes for the, thinking that it's just the tap to sort of get him to draw him out. But Verdon, as again, pros do not fake. The man himself gets the job done. 14 kills in the half for him. 18 to Sirquest. 12 rounds on the board there for Raw. And it's going to be a pause coming out here from Sirquest as well. So it's going to be Raw side of things. Just to, have a chat about things. Maybe some technical issues there. As the unpause immediately comes in again. But, well, I mean, Amp here for Swinburne, they've got a lot of things to work on towards the second half. It's starting with trying to win this pistol at least. They need to hold one of these sides down. Because, I mean, Raw get this. You'd almost imagine you're giving this to 14. Because you just have that one over that side there. When you're going in against, you lose that pistol round, especially on the CT side. You're not getting that money. So... there's some real emphasis on this one, because, I mean, 14-3, even if it is your map pick, even if you probably know some more things maybe on the CT side, it's just going to be very, very rough. So, important round to start off one here. Swinburne, mad map pick in this best of 3 grand finals, and they've all gone armor, no utility. Bit there for Raw, but, well, they're just 4 rounds away from closing out this first map and taking a 1-0 lead.
Here we go. Like you said, if you don't perform right now, it's pretty much lights out on the first map. And look, you gotta give it to a team like Raw. Before we go into that, Kez is gonna quickly take down Ver, who is carrying the bomb, and Gibbs goes down as well. They have no choice but to go down, and it's gonna end up in disaster. And so for Vien, it's gonna be 105, a whole team, and he's just gonna be taken down. Like, that was no damage done to Swinburne. And it is a good little bit of start, a good sign to maybe restart and rekindle their hopes on their own map pick. They're going to have the early guns. This is crucial time for them to do something. Crucial time for them to be able to take an advantage against Raw, who has won so many in a row. And so, with all the M41AS and MP9, quickly going to sneak this one up. Meanwhile, Raw is just going to quickly stack up, go for it. I mean, it's going to be the full long push. They're going to try to do whatever they can. They know there's a rotation. It's going to be going back. Swinburne realize this. Instantly gets 2 players back. Spots them all out. And here comes the Demolition Squad. Oh, God. And that is just what happens when you get spotted.
Well, M4A1Ss against unarmored players with pistols. Who could have thought that would happen there? And it's going to be Swinburne putting that round through. Raw, I mean, not really much they were going to be able to do in that situation. And, well, this is sort of an interesting spot they're in, because Most of the players can fall by it. Forvent's going to be stuck on towards a pistol. Full armor for himself, though, so we can get those set up. But Swinburne, I mean, look, if you're a Swinburne fan, perfect response to start off. You get the pistol without losing a single player. Again, you get that second round without losing a single player. So now you've got the M4 ANSs everywhere. Full utility. Opportunity to get themselves a 6. So they can shut down this gun round from Raw. They can start to just peg back a few of these rounds. Get themselves back into contention here. There's pretty much a lot of aggression here from Raw. Just outside of this, towards this tracks area. Looking to push through Monster. Smoke still set up. Forvent going to be leading the way with that Tech 9. Pop Flash does in particular, just in a bit too late. Lane's going to find that first one. Gives with a tray, but Lane holding it down there perfectly on the side from Pillar. Lolk grabs Burden as he starts rushing down Connector. And just like that, it is all left on SirQuest. Well, he's got 18 kills in this game. Leads all comers. He's going to have to go absolute bananas. Now the smoke fades. And just as he's about to get some engagements coming up from that water into sandbags, he is put away. And Swinburne Black, 3 very quick and decisive rounds here to start off the CT side. Only 1 player lost in these first 3. And now for Raw, back on the pistols, Amp, and a few things to think about now.
Yeah, look, Swinburne, this is their map pick, and obviously they should be able to perform right here on the CT side. Meanwhile, they've got the 3 AKs onto themselves and looking to do maximum amount of damage to recover the lost rounds. SirQuest going to be the first one to walk up, instantly gets taken down by Loke, and that is going to be a beautiful double. 3 more players to go. Raw pretty much out of contention right now unless they get a favorable pick out of nowhere to take out Comfy. And look, you know what? It's not too bad because these players, they know how to aim, they know how to push this one. They just need to quickly jump out and fall in. Get spotted, bomb gets dropped, and they are gonna get that one through. So desperately, they are gonna try to pick up the bomb and just go for this one. Ming also can't do too much, but Keza is already here. They deny everything Raw wanted to go with, but it's not like it's going to be deterred. It's just a little bit of extra money, a little bit of denial. So Swinburne, quickly, they have picked up nice amount of round, 4 in a row really quickly, and looking to do a little bit more.
Well, this is sort of the first full buy from Raw here. All plays with the AK. So it gives a bit lower with just the smoke, but full utility and everyone else. Meanwhile, AKs and 2 M4 ASs for Swinburne Black as they look to try and grab themselves around number 8. It's not going to start off particularly well there towards Sandbags. Easter burning alive. Not sure if he was flashed off or just stuck in the smoke or what happened there, but perfect pick for Raw. And off that's going to force some aggression here, but Kez is all the man for it. Grabs Gibbs, puts it back into a 4v4 situation. And now, as this aggression start going through from A, they're going to be falling back towards B though, so the A side is completely open at the moment. They've all connected. Well, they've all committed towards that connector. Burden, if he goes down this ladder, that could be danger right there. But I think he's just going to be waiting up the top to see if anything's coming towards that direction. See the rotation starting to go back in there from Lane and Kaiser up towards connector now. Could catch Min off guard, and there it is. And that's the bomb as well. So they've got to go back and collect that. Had the one from behind, and all you can see as well, Lolcase coming up behind there from Burden. I don't know if he's going to be ready for that one as well. That should be a kill. It is. And now 2v4. They're going to find the first, but now they're going to need to go back and grab that bomb. 47 seconds. Already a couple sort of around that area. They've actually fallen back off. I don't know if Swinburne actually spotted the bomb there or not. I'm pretty sure they did, but they're just going to sort of allow them to pick that back up. 37 seconds remaining. I'll flash over the top. So they're so worried about connector, they're so worried about Fountain. 30 seconds, they don't really have the time to do much here. They've got to commit towards a side amp. You'd imagine they just have to go up A long, try and get a plant there, or force themselves through connector. And off that, they need to find Lolcap. I don't know if they're going to clear the angle with this long, and Lolcap's going to be hearing absolutely everything here.
Okay, here we go. Loke in a nice little position, spots both players. I mean, that's just going to be more than enough time for them to react. They can just push this whole thing. And meanwhile, SirQuest goes down. A lot of big spray. That's a last man standing moment for Forvin. He tried his best. They really did everything they could. But unfortunately, after the bomb was dropped in an unfavorable place, delaying them, it has ultimately delayed all the plans of Raw as one. And so, with that being said, Ming's going to be on the lower end right here in terms of utility, along with Gibbs and SirQuest. Can't really be affording this, but you know what? They'll string whatever they can in order to maximize his bonus. And so, Swinburne picking up some nice rounds, really holding on to this map for dear life. They don't want to give anything else to Raw, and they realize that as soon as they give a little bit of leeway, the rest is going to keep funneling through. And so, slowly, you see all the utilities. Swinburne is just trying to draw out, try to bait out. They're doing everything they can in order to just have a little bit more taste of that sweet round vengeance. But Raw, meanwhile, just waiting a tiny little bit. Meanwhile, Ming is gonna get traded right here. I think that is gonna be pretty good for Raw because Ming didn't really have too much to go with, so he said, well, it's not like I got as much information, so if you can take anyone with me on the trade, that would be amazing.
Such an important round for Raw here because they've committed all of their money in towards this one. I mean, not much utility, but full AKs across the board, so they can compete here. Up against Swinburne. Still thinking around towards this B side. Comfy tucked in towards barrels and holding back towards those sandbags. Keza is going to start clearing out connector here with Lolcase. So they've gotten the information. There's not a whole lot going on from that side of the map, but Forvin, he's all the way towards A long, so he could do a nice flank, but they've got to get these picks on towards the side. Gibbs find the first, coming with a trade, but they will grab the second. Now both players from the Swinburne black side making their way up towards these sandbags. Keza with the nade. He's going to go a bit deeper from where Gibbs is. Also throws the smoke just a bit short, so he's almost just letting them or giving them the false sense they go from behind. But Lolcase, the flank, Sirquest is ready for it though, puts him away, and now it's all left onto Keza. Bomb will be planted behind the pillar. And now Keza, no utility to really break in, so he's just going to find these fights. Gibbs and Sirquest are so very low. But I don't think he's going to be expecting Forvin tucked in towards up in heaven. Still waiting towards that sandbag area as the bomb continues to tick. Not wanting to make his hand just yet, but he might just get Gibbs off guard here. Finds the first, now swinging on out. Forvin can just hide for the time being as they start to make their way out there. The flash doesn't really connect. He finds the second on the third quest, but now he's looking for the third. Not sure where he's sitting, and I don't think he's going to be thinking towards heaven. He's holding, but not long enough, and Forvin gets the job done. Raw commit all the weaponry, and they will come out on top there. And, well, they do that. Very nice. But now, again, they've sort of got that problem where they'll be buying into this one. And a few of the players, it's just going to be, you know, full armor, the AK. That's pretty much it. And maybe, yeah, Galil coming out there. Swinburne will have their full one there. But for Raw, following the board in the second half is what they needed. Start to get a roll on. If they get a few early picks here to start off this next round, that would be massive as well.
Here we go. You have that AWP reinvesting into Keza. I mean, that's going to be a very important buy. Swinburne lose this one. Next one is going to be a round of pistols. Something that they do not wish to be on. And so, Raw, a very, very important round. But if you look at the utilities, it is so little. They put everything they can into it. And so, Forvin's flash is going to be the only one that's going to be on deck for them. Meanwhile, Sister comes out, swings right now. And, oh, he was so close to pick up as another one. Ver is just too practiced at this second. Lorca quickly rotates back onto the side just in case of anything mishaps. And currently, Raw, they do have an opportunity. Both sides' worth of utilities is just not there. At the same time though, if you're on the CT side, you gotta remember, you wait for the push. I mean, like right now, if you really gotta be waiting, there's only one flash that's on deck on the side of Raw. You dodge that one, you're pretty much into the clear. Raw is pretty much looking for the pop flash of the moment. I tell you what, if they get a long jewel here on through long A, or even anything that comes up with a connector into the play, Raw is just gonna explode, and they will be going into a very nice little bit of play. Look, and they already quickly give Ming the utility. Ming has to go big. Here comes the smoke. They know there's the push, and here we go. It's gonna be the blind pick, the flash from the god himself. Ming is gonna quickly provide that one, and Sequence moving instantly takes the two. They know where Comfy is. He has to quickly go up, challenge the status quo. 2-on-3 situation. Keza is gone as well. And now they know. Oh my god, Forvin just quickly works off that information. Warbane's Comfy all the way, and it's gonna be 14-8. And Swinburne, it is going to be a very, very rough round.
Yeah, 2 big rounds there for Ruler off the back of that force up, and now 1 round away from getting map points on the board. Swinburne stuck towards the pistols as well. P250s and Deagles out. Lolcase, the only man with utility. And they're going straight towards the B side. Swinburne, they've made their way up all through this area up towards the fountain, already into playground, but they're not finding anything. The B side wide open. The plant will go down. And it'll be a 5v5 retake. And I think maybe Forvin's hearing a bit of this going through the spawn area. They make their way down towards water. In fact, the plant hasn't gone through yet. And Verdun, he's caught off guard. Spots the first, but he's not ready for the second one coming up with the P250. Still should be. They're going their way here. Raw. The guns will be able to do the work here. And there wasn't one dropped enough there for Swinburne to do anything with. Raw find 15, and it will be 7 map points to take a 1-0 series lead in this grand finals, Amp. And I mean, it's sort of a hard one there for Swim. I mean, not a bad idea, you know, the 5 stack. Maybe they run into them up towards Fountain if they go towards the A side, and the fights maybe go their way in a few instances, but usually doesn't happen too much. But now, full buy back in. They've got to find 7 in a row to keep this one going, and well, considering this is their map pick as well, it's not the start that they were looking for.
Okay, here we go. It's a very important round. Oh no! Comfy missed that first shot. It's on 10, and they're gonna push this one out. And look, Keza did whatever you could in order to rescue this situation, and they need to just grab this one. But Comfy, he could not do anything else as they confidently pushing him down. And I tell you what, Swinburne, 3-4 situation, they need to make something happen immediately. Lorcan needs to go big, needs to go huge. Supposed to hit, he gets the 1, but Easter is gone as well. 3v2, Lane has to come back, he's gonna catch Verdian, and he was not ready for that. That is pretty good, but right now it's still gonna be a 2-1 situation. Raw is splitting their forces right now. Sequo is working his way up. He knows exactly what's happening right now, going towards Optimus. He wants to just make this one the nail in the coffer, and Sequest, he is an absolute champion. And now all from the back, Ming is still gonna live. And so Sequest gonna throw everything he can to just reduce his timer for Lang. Lang, 85 health, he is working up. There's a tiny gap through the smoke. And Sequest with a 4K is gonna take this one 16-8 for Raw.
Raw locking it down, and Swinburne a slowed T half after a 12-3-1 there. They responded nicely to begin with 4 in a row, got it to 12-7, actually got it to 12-8 as well, and all of a sudden, you know, you start thinking, oh, Raw, what are they going to do? They force up in that 21st round and proved to be the difference maker as they went in with the AKs, not much utility, but they got the first one there. Next one as well, they sort of had the same situation where they had, you know, the AKs, a couple of Galils, not much utility, but they get that one again. They destroy Swinburne's economy, put them onto the pistols, and then from there, 15-8, they get the last one as well in a 2v1 situation and get it done. So they take a 1-0 series lead in this one, which means that for Swinburne, they're going to have to try and do the reverse sweep here if they want to keep this one going, which is always difficult. I mean, to be fair, last time these two teams played, which was in the first round of the playoffs, 2-1 the way of Uni Raw. So definitely there's still opportunities here for Swinburne to do something, but they're going to have to do it on their opponent's map pick. One that's Inferno, so I feel like even if it's a map pick towards the side of Raw, Swinburne should be at least somewhat well-versed to Inferno. I feel like everyone sort of has, you know, knowledgeable stuff of Inferno. T-Book might not be as much there as what Raw would have, so they're going to have to really try and lock themselves down on the CT side, get as many rounds there as possible before they switch over for that one. So it's going to be a very interesting first half, first pistol. I mean, just an interesting first map. Raw, a huge opportunity to lock this one away 2-0. Their map pick, and take the season 1 of these grand finals for the year 2022.
Ooh, it's gonna be absolutely PogChamp moment, but I tell you what, if you are enjoying this right now, make sure to not go anywhere. Make sure to also follow twitch.tv/AEL Uni, AEL Uni 2, and of course all of our social medias on AU Esports League, because we will be back and we will bring even more heated action for tonight. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the community, what's up, and we are back with the grand finals, map number 2 between UNSW Raw and Swinburne Black. Join with me once again, it is HazDaddySlim.
Amp, good to hear your lovely voice again as we welcome you all back for map number 2. If you are joining us for the first time, it was Uni of New South Wales Raw beating out Swinburne Black in that first map of Overpass 16-8. That being Swinburne's map pick as well, so we now make our way over towards Inferno, where things I reckon will start to get a bit interesting here. I mean, for Raw, well, it's pretty simple for both seeds actually, because for Raw, a win here, it's 2-0. They claim the grand finals. They walk away as your semester 1 champions. On the other side of the threshold here for Swinburne, well, they needed the reverse sweep. They need to win both. First, starting off by beating Raw on their own map pick here, so that's going to be very difficult indeed. And then HN is where we'll go for map 3 if we do require to go that far. But the players are starting to ready up, Pamp. I think this one will be underway pretty soon. But, I mean, what in your eyes, does Swinburne need to do differently here? I mean, they're starting on the CT side come this time around, as they do get the choices of being not their map pick to do that. But they just, it just felt like they started off slow on their T side, at least over towards Overpass. Raw were just on from pretty much the start. They did drop the pistol, but after that, they lost one gun round on that opening half. And while Swinburne got a nice comeback going towards the start of at least the second half, they just couldn't, when you're down 12-3, it's always going to be a tough ask to get back because you can't make mistakes. Raw get them in a couple of chances, and they just take it out from there. So, in your eyes, what do you feel like Swinburne need to do differently here to change this scoreline around?
Well, after looking at how the performance was last time, I think we need to immediately have that early shutdown, have that mid-prior control. Will probably be the first thing that happens. Obviously, if as T is going to be, a little bit more scared to, push in, to go straight into it. It could just be the whole kind of thing that they need. And then after that, you gain a lot more momentum in Banana, and obviously making sure that, no one else is going to be playing for keeps. So you push T all the way into a deficit, as they have to battle it out. As we say that, it looks like we are already getting ourselves started. So with that being said, let's just quickly see what's going to happen. The early pistols is going to come in. The Beretta is going to be picked up by Lorke, who's looking to do a decent amount of cowboying right now. And so, as they pivot themselves into a little bit of control into Banana, that flash is going to be coming through, pushing out very aggressively. Kaza, first one, is not going to be able to see a lot. He's going to be taken down by Gibbs, and this is going to be an opening that Raw is not going to let go of. So, obviously, they're going to be going for this as well. With it, Ming is going to be able to provide that utility and the backup as well. So, he knows that there's going to be people coming through. So, slowly, he's going to be walking through. He spots out Comfy, instantly gets that headshot, picks up that USB. And look, they are going to do the ultimate gamer move right now, and they open themselves onto an A with only Lang to defend.
And he'll just get away in time. So they're not aware that they're both coming from that side again, but Lane is the last one on side. He's gone, and now Lolke and Easter has so much to do. Min's already tucked himself in towards the library, has been spotted out, but Easter walks into it, and Min finishes it off. A 3K in the round. Pivotal in getting that A side rotate that was trying to go towards B, trying to get back in towards that connector side. Deletes that. They've got Lane just left on the A side. Not much you can do in that situation. And then Min, just decides I'll get the last two as well, because why not? And Swinburne, well, first CT side and first round here on Inferno falls very flat indeed. It's going to be at least a few force of pistols. In fact, they've actually put a fair bit into this one, considering what they had money-wise. So there won't be a buy coming next round. So going to have to hope they can get one here and lay an early opportunity. And the Deagle does strike. Min will fall. Mac 10 down. Lane's going to fall off that one, though. Not looking to stay around. Try and keep that number advantage. But Raw Amp, they've got to be careful here, because they are walking into a stack if they continue towards A.
Okay, slowly, they realize that this is a nice and important round, but it's just how much damage that they're going to have to take in order to just win this one round. They obviously want to keep their AK, they want to keep the max, they want to be able to themselves that free little bit of round. Keza, meanwhile, is on the move quickly, takes out Cirquest. Nice shot, they spot out a lot more. Gibbs is going to be coming into the round, Forvin's going to grab the other. They fold this one out, but Forvin picks up the double. Oh man, the AK in so much power. It's going to be put into value and good use, and now it's going to be up to Lorke. Needs to go big, needs to go hard, just needs 2 taps to the head. I mean, like, Bang, bang. That's it. That's all you need. 4Vin Meanwhile spots him out, takes him down with a 4K as well. This man's going to be on fire. His score is going to be amazing, but his economy is going to be shaking it up for Raw. Meanwhile, Swinburne, because they have invested and bought a little bit this round, like you said before, it's not going to be a contention where they can be buying. They're looking to do the damage. They're looking to maximize themselves.
Well, 2-0 start here for Raw. Got a bit dicey there. Swinburne, you know, a force-up round. They can't buy into this one, but they do some nice, at least, economic damage. You can see their min Cirquest a bit lower than they would have liked to be, at least with buys. Pole flashing towards there, and they're all tucked towards going again, looking towards this stack, but this time they're up against just USPs and a couple of P250 upgrades. Lane does find the first, the second, Comfy's grab one as well, surely not, and Min and 4Vent will get the trades back, but again, Swinburne Black doing enormous damage. I don't know if they're going to be ready for the one on his side. 4Vent, does he check this? He doesn't, but he can't quite hit the shots there, Easter. And the USP against the full armored player, it's always going to be difficult, but Raw, they will grab a third, but well, it hasn't been convincing him, that's been for sure, but, you know, you get your rounds on the board, you start a roll going, Swinburne Black now will get onto their full buy. But I'd say, you know, after losing the pistol, they've done pretty well, at least economical damage. And they've shown that if they get stuck on the pistols, they can certainly do, you know, not something to be laughed at in any regard, because some decent damage in those ones. And now, though, on this full buy, they need to get themselves on the board early. They can't allow Raw to start running away with this, get out to a 4-0 and just build from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So currently they haven't done too bad. They have kept them in check. The banks needs to be fully reinvested coming from Raw. 4Vin meanwhile has to be in the champion to keep buying stuff for his team, and so they have a healthy amount of utilities to be baiting out. As, just getting the trade with Swinburne. Meanwhile, the smoke is going to be coming through, cutting out to the side, and they know this. So Lane has to quickly grab that molly, throw it out, do it for good measures. At the same time, it's just a question of how Raw is going to be picking out to the weak side. They see 4Vin, 4Vin, he's going to go for the duel. He does not care. At the same time, they don't even get a pick at him. So he hightails right out there, and he's going to come back, quickly rotate, and they might just look for a power. 4Vin knows that he can put them into check, 1 or 2 players at the same time. 4 on 3 is always going to be something. Meanwhile, Luke, he's going to go for the rotation. They're going to quickly take down Cirquest, but it's going to be traded. Luke, coming from the start. Takes that first one quickly. Knows the bomb is here. That's going to be all the tension that they need. Luke being a slippery you around the pillars, and now that is going to be another one that's struggling to pick the bomb back up. It is a disaster, and now 4Vin, 1 on 3. It's left to do with everything, and with only 23 seconds left on the clock, he has no choice but just to remain safe and tucked away in B.
Oh, he's got 4,500, so he can buy one of his teammates into the next round. I think Raw might have enough, possibly for full buys across. Cirquest might be a bit low as well as Gibbs, but I think they might just have enough for full buys if they want to invest that. But really solid there from Swinburne back, and especially Lolke just making that rotation at the perfect time back towards that connector area over on the A side, and shutting down the first drop the bomb and a second one as well, because just keeping them there pretty much won the round, because Swinburne, Raw were trying to get through, and you can just force that player back into the B side as well as they try and hold that one there, because they had that rotate coming in from behind from 4Vin, but unfortunately can't do much once everyone else falls, and he will be able to purchase one AK out for one of his teammates. Raw have forced into this one. The AK's Galil from Gibbs. Burns just going to be in the deal. Bit of utility, nothing ridiculous here. Swinburne looking very nice on their end with the M4s and AKs picked up, and full utility. They look to try and grab a second round here. Close in those initial ones after getting floored in the pistol, but now need to try and get themselves another one here. Just keep this game locked as close as possible. Can't let Raw, get too many T-side rounds, get out to any sort of advantage. It starts again with it's been pretty good map control so far. That A side previously on the last round, they were a bit further back, not looking to be as aggressive with this time. The crossfire up there close. Comfy's going to be throwing down that Molotov just to hold off apartments for the time being, but a minute left. Raw looking like they want to hit towards the A side again. Some aggression still from Swinburne back towards the banana area, but they haven't hit anything. Lane smoked off from his area, but well, again, maybe they look towards this B side, as the rotation actually had gone in a bit late there, and it will be looking towards this one. So Keza will be on the side. Lolke will get there just in time as well, but they don't actually have much utility to stop this. In fact, none at all. So it's just going to be a rush on, and it's going to be aim duels here.
Okay, here we go. smoke is already there. They can't really be wasting this smoke away, so they have to trade. Keza's going to quickly take that first one very, very low right now. At the same time, they're going to quickly get the one. Lord K meanwhile's going to pick out at the... Oh, he's going to get 3 really big ones right now. And now 4v spots are now with a tap to shut him down, but still going to be 1 on 3. Nothing really to do with the information. He has to push. Lane is going to take that one back, and Raw is going to drop that round. Look, it was a great rotation, but then they didn't really account for the fact that into the graves, the coffers with Lord K coming in from the dead and goes, all right, we'll take those kills. We'll quickly deny everything. Great utility, great little bit of defense coming from Swinburne, and they'll take that any day of the week. Raw, meanwhile, is going to be reset to the economy. They're going to get the 2 flash, 1 smoke. They're going to be able to just, do something right now. It looks like it could just be a quick stack. This. Oh, that nade! That is a lot of damage, and Lang is just going to go for the full execution. He is still alive, bitch.
Oh, well, Easter said, mate, nah, you're not getting the ace. That's mine. I'm just going to be taking that last kill. In fact, well, he doesn't really go any kills there because it just evens on out, and he remains on 1. As Raw, well, I mean, the initial nade, just so much damage, and then from there, you're not going to be able to do much. Just rush them through, see if you can find something. They don't find anything. Easter found his own teammate, but another very solid round there from Swinburne. This full buy now coming together for both teams. Raw, a bit more aggression towards this B side earlier, but already Verdun up pretty close from Banana. The jumper from Keza, oh, he could be in really big trouble here. Chucked in towards Sandbags, and no, there's going to roll Lolcat to try and do something there. Gibbs, meanwhile, making his way up second mid. Or do they want to commit to this? Smoke goes down, so can just hold them off that position. And Swinburne in the end sort of get away with one there. Sort of boost up though, and Lolcat grabs that. And the second as well. How does he get Keza there? Lane swinging on out. He might be able to get 2 himself. He got 4 last round. Has to fall off the angle. Verdun climbs high, but he's on 7 HP. Can't particularly contest it. And Raw should have the B side open. Bomb's still making its way across, but it should be a plant, you'd imagine. 4v3, they might look to boost up here, though. Swinburne, and they do. Lane is low. He does. He's got to be careful, and he's spotted there from Verdun. And down he goes. Raw. Cirquest will get the plant, and it's all left onto Easter and Comfy. Flash and a smoke available. A lot of work to do if they want to break in here.
Okay, here we go. Easter's only going to get that trade right now. So after Comfy. Comfy is still 100 health. Does have the diffusing kit. Just needs to get something. He spots the one. Knows that there's one player right there that he has to quickly contest. Meanwhile, doesn't really spot anyone else. Can't do really anything. Like, he can only retreat. At this second, if he goes up, like, I am just going to faceplant myself into my keyboard repeatedly and say he is an absolute god. But at the same time, this round is pretty much locked away by Raw. Slowly, they are going to get him down as well. They denied the gun. It's not like they can't afford him to the next round, but it's always good to keep that into check. And so Raw, a really good round that they desperately needed back. They get everything going their way, and oh look, it's just when you finally have a fine execution, something that the gods themselves have granted you, it's just absolutely amazing. And especially from the beginning boost, as soon as the boost came up, 2 quick kills and then go for the push, go for the smoke. It was just practice. A lot of good plays right now. Meanwhile, it's going to be the same utility thrown all around. Nana, it's not going to be the full control back into Raw just yet. Presence from Swinburne hasn't really dissipated just yet onto the B side. They have meanwhile pushed off a lot of interest from A, and so Raw not really in a point where they are interested to try to push that. Obviously you have Vert and you have Forvin. They both want to go through. They just want to make something happen. They want to see how much that they can take away from this map, how much noise they can make Swinburne do. And so of course at the same time, Swinburne right now happy to just sit back. They know that they lose this round, the economy is going to reset. Can't really be retrieving anything else. So anything to do with just winning the round, getting by with the piggy banks in full tie is going to be amazing for Swinburne.
And it will as Raw. Still nothing really committed. They've sort of got the split on towards both sides now. You can see Forvin's starting to make his way back. So Verdun, if he can just do as much noise and hold as possible, because 3 players from Swinburne have made their way towards B, but that's where the bomb's heading. So walking into a bit more of a stack, and I don't know if Verdun's shoulder was just peeked out there as the rest of Raw start to make their way around to Swinburne. Do they commit to this B side? Does one rotate late? But they're going to be going towards the smokes out there as they start to hold this one in. Keza locked in towards the side. Forvin's going to be taken down by Lane early there, and Verdun with the trade back, but he's going to be immediately put down by Keza. He will be traded as well with a Molotov. Will put him away. 3v3. Bomb still needs to go down. The jump up there, taking damage there is Cirquest, but he will get through. Now a 3v3 situation. Swinburne starting to make their way back in. Gibbs spotted towards Banana. Flash out towards Easter. Tries to run in front of it, but Gibbs is waiting for him on the other side. Puts him down. And now Comfy and Lolke might have to save. Lolke is tucked really into the site though. In towards Coffins, he does find Min, so now there's an opportunity. But when you're with that AWP and you're trying to do the retake, it makes it so much difficult. And SirQuest will find Lolke, and now Comfy, nothing he can do, has to fall off. Will save the AWP, but Raw responding. They got the first 3, Swinburne with 3 right back, and now 2 in a row, and they've pretty much broken Swinburne's economy in this situation. The AWP will be available, but not much buys around that, you'd imagine.
Yeah, the worst thing that could happen there was, you know, your Comfy gets hunted as well and gets denied with that AWP, and the AWP just goes back into the hands of Raw, and then they take full mid control. But that scenario didn't really happen, and so Raw is going to be the full AKs all around. They're going to have a very good amount of utilities to be able to work with this. Swinburne, meanwhile, is going to be that one AWP that was saved up from the last round, looking to just do some maximum damage. Utility-wise, they can pretty much just, you know, thwart one side off and, you know, try to prepare themselves really as well. Just make sure that, like, you know, they don't really drop that AWP from Comfy. And so, as we go into this, the rest of Raw, they're pretty confident about this. Meanwhile, oh, nicely done. He spots this one really quickly, takes the corner kill really fast. 4Vin's going to quickly rush this one up. He's not one to shy away. Oh, and he's going to try to do the 180. He almost got it as well. So they'll take that. Ver's going to quickly sit down. There's not going to be pick up with you, sir. And so, it's a free open site all the way on A, and Swinburne pretty much is just going to be scavenging all around, trying to survive, trying to make sure that that 1-8 OP is going to stay in their hands until next round.
Yeah, I don't think we're all going to get a searching team. I mean, Min and Verdun don't particularly have a whole lot of money there, so they'll stick to the 4 AKs. Nice save rounds there. Comfy will have the AWP over until the next round as well. This is the problem here, because Swinburne Black, because they invested into that last one. I don't know if they'll be able to get a full buy into the next one, because they got about, I think, close to 2,000. The loss buy bonus is up to 3, but even then, I don't think any of their players are going to be getting that. So they were sort of banking on doing a lot more damage or actually competing in that round, and it's just not going to be going their way. Raw will grab their 6th. And yeah, so you can see money-wise, I mean, Comfy realistically will drop 1, but no one else can really do much there. So yeah, it's going to be... you know, just again, some pistol upgrades around that AWP. Comfy was just not given any sight towards that one on the B. They didn't even hit that one raw. And huge opportunity to grab 7 here. Keep building up some cash for a few of their players as well and have those, you know, buys for the next few rounds as we... Well, 9 rounds into this first half, and Swinburne just in a really awkward position right now. They're already down a map pick. You've got a map here where you're down 6-3. You've only got an AWP around pistols. You're almost giving Raw a 7th. You need that AWP to be in positions, and they're going up towards the B side, which is where, unfortunately, the AWP is not sitting right now.
Yeah, but that's the second time that's happened. The first time it was at B, and now it's at A. And the rest of Raw, it's just like they know exactly how Swinburne is thinking right now. And so their primary weapon, meanwhile, is tucked away nicely. It's going to slowly work the way towards spawn. There's just going to be the one member right here. Instantly gets jumped on. Lane's going to be taken away. And now Easton's going to push up, get some damage. 4B is still going to get the kill at the same time. Swinburne is looking like they can't really do too much right now. It's a long distance duel. Yes, you get an 8 OP, but they're not in the face of 5 AKs aiming down your sight. And so, another rather quick round for Raw, who identify quickly that they have the superior gun weapon. Forvin taking a little bit of friendly damage right here as well. Does want to push and go for the deny, and he is going to get tapped away really quickly. They're just looking to shut him down. Here's the 8 OP. They finally get the 1. I think that should be enough, because if they give you any more time, Raw's going to go for the full hunt. They will commit. And so, Swinburne, they still keep that 8 OP. I mean, the Econ rating just on that one is going to be all the values that they wrote. And Keza still takes another one. The guns, I mean, you can afford it. But why?
Yeah, it's actually, you know, Swinburne Black will take that in the end. Again, the AWP is saved over. Does a bit of damage in that round. Again, it's just not in that position. But now the fullback comes back in. Can start the walk away. They'll work their way back into this first half here. There's still opportunities available. M4A1S is out with plenty of utility. Raw, even with those sort of lost players. I mean, SirQuest and Min are fairly high as well as Gibbs. Forvent and Verdun. Again, it's a bit questionable. They go for, you know, after those searches, and they don't really particularly need to, but still, very much in the favourable position. They're already rushed up towards A as well. And Gibbs, he's going to be taken down from Easter, holding it down nicely towards Library. 1, 2, 3. Easter and Lane holding it down beautifully. Easter with a 3K there. And Raw, they try to get aggressive. They try to force the issue. Really start running into Swinburne in this gun round. But they are left red face right now. And there should be another one here. Lolke grabs that. And this will be pretty much forced as Min picking on out from this top mid area. He'll be put away as well as Easter finds the final one. And that is a huge response from Swinburne Black. A flawless gun round against guns right there. And now Raw recommence will come in. And this is the problem because, you know, Verdant, he'll have to put more money towards that side of things. Sir Quest as well. Min, again, it'll be the full buy. But where you might have had 4 or 5 players survive in the previous round beforehand, in this instance, you've only had the 2 come through, and now the money's not as much there. So this becomes an important round for them. They lose this, all of a sudden Swinburne, they're on 5. Cash starts to build up a bit more in that regard. And they can get this one closer to, you know, 7-8 scoreline for the half, which is something that they would desperately want. Try and keep this first half as close as possible before they switch over to that T side.
Okay, here we go. A little bit of damage onto Lane, 68 health. They do have the AWP still. It is a credible threat all the way to mid, although it only came alive in round 12. So a little bit of a plan definitely coming into fruition into the later stages. It's not something that we're scoffing at. Raw, they know exactly what they need to do in order to keep on winning this one out. They desperately needed that power to shut down mid, and so they forced Raw into a little bit of a backplay into B, so they have to open this one up. Keza, meanwhile, is going to slowly creep towards it. I mean, he wants a little bit more info. He wants to know what's going on. I mean, the man's just curious. He just wants to dash out and see exactly what is in store waiting for him. And I think Raw's just going to give it to him, right? The smoke clears up. Oh, that spots Keza. Keza sees so much right now. So the smoke is going to come through, and they're just going to invest. So let's see what's going to happen. Gibbs is going to see a play, and he's going to take a 3 quick kills. Keza takes the 1, and now it is a full side for the taking at B.
Yeah, the trade's going Raw's way, and that is left with Lane and Comfy, and you got an AWP in one hand as well. You'd almost just call this a save again, something they don't want to do, but seems pretty inevitable at this point. Lane, I mean, Comfy could possibly go for it from some economical damage because he has 5,700. Everyone else around him, not so much. Lost by bonus will be there, so you'd imagine it'll be a full buy into the next round at least on that end. But Raw, you know, perfect execution towards B. They spot the first one to Keza, and unfortunately for Keza and Lolke, they just can't get the trades. Only the 1 kill on the sides there. You also see Easter falling down in towards mid, a really nice kill there. You know, from Gibbs to stop any sort of rotations that might come through. The jump on down, and Lane, ooh, has to be careful. But getting in a pretty nice spot there. That would have surprised me. Killed me most likely. But Raw, 8 on the board. First half secured at least. And now at 4 rounds still. 3 rounds to go, I should say, in this first half. They've got a bit of work to do, Swinburne. Buy will be back in. So they've got the M4A1S is out. Comfy saves the AK. Lane with the AWP. They just need to try and hold one of these sides down. They want at least 7. They'll be trying for the 7-8. At the very least 5. Just need to get as many rounds as possible to switch over to the T side. This is Raw's map pick. The fact they're already up 1-0. The fact they've won the half pretty much at this point. If they get any more than this, they will take it rolling on towards that CT side.
Well, right now, Lane needs to just get this one happening. Finally picks one up. AWP is putting a lot of work in, and so 14 gets taken down. Meanwhile, Gibbs is just gonna quickly go through, and he takes Easter down. Oh my god, 1-2, the side is open. Min just puts people away. The support, the utility, everything is just happening in great synergy for Raw. Oh my goodness. Lane was just trying to snail his way through, but Min says no, and Gibbs is gonna take Keza. They just dominated Swinburne in that last round. I mean, Swinburne had everything. They had the first kill, they had the domination, they had the angles, but then it was just utilities provided, and then you had Gibbs just running to the side. There was so much that Swinburne wanted to do, but Raw denied them straight out, putting themselves onto the map. Round number 14. Swinburne, the next 2 rounds, you must win in order to stay competitive and put the threat back onto the table.
That they need to do. Yes, I mean, just there from I mean, because yeah, it's just that they get that initial pick, and you've got three, CTs on that A site. You couldn't really ask so much more in terms of that, because usually you're gonna have two towards there. So they're running into what the more of a stack, at least in that department there. But Raw just got all the trades. I don't think they lost a single player there in towards those fights, and that just it hurts for Swinburne. And they only take the one player in that lane, and Keza, they go back in to try and find something lane, the crouch peeking forward, trying to try something there just to catch something off guard, but it doesn't work. Keza gets eliminated immediately when he gets in towards top mid, and Raw just, solid. I mean, all the players right now, they've woken up, got their wheat bix into them, had themselves a nice day out, walked around. They've just logged into this server, they've logged into this match, and they've been ready. And fortunately for Swinburne, they've just been a bit flat, and, it only takes just being a tad off, and the other team will take full advantage of that as the pause is out, and Keza, well, he's fixed everything up, it seems. I think apparently he was downloading something, so that is it's probably not useful when you're playing a competitive game, I would imagine. What he was downloading, I don't know. Could be anything. I'm sure it was nothing malicious at all. It was, maybe it was just some AIM Labs maps. Because they probably need a few of those right now, Swinburne, just to get their, minds set a bit more into this one as Raw. Looking to find round number 10 here. Swinburne have invested what they can. A couple of M4A1Ss, so they have some legitimacy into this round for a few, but they're running straight towards this B side early with those ones. And lane, that M4A1S will go out to work early. Find Gibbs. That's the second mid locked down. It means this B side push needs to start going a bit early here. Smoke down towards CT, and Forvin and Verdon clear it up. Bomb will go down. And this should be Raw with the 10 in. I mean, they can go for an amp. And you most likely think they're not going to find too much here, Swinburne.
Yeah, they have no choice. They have to actually just go for it. I think at this whole moment right now, right? If you are just looking and praying and trying to work off this deficit, at the same time, it's not going to be given to you, right? So what can you do? You just have to go for it. You say, well, whatever happens, it happens. And Verdun City right now, down to 29. They don't have much utilities left. But look, yeah, it's round 14. If you don't go for it now, what are you going to do? Like, at the same time, yes, you're going to be struggling, but at the same time, well, it's just such a hard thing to do. They're going to do whatever they can, but for Vin and Ver, they're just going to be going huge, and it's going to be 10-4. Oh my god, that could have just been everyone, like right there. That could have been the full containment bomb finish for everything.
Could have been, but it wouldn't have really mattered anyway because bias for Raw would have been there nonetheless. Full buyout for them. Swinburne will have one here for the last round of this first half. There was a 12-3 over an overpass when they started on the T side there. This time 4-10. They're just trying to get to 5, trying to give them something to work with over the T side. Because I mean, they win the pistol, all of a sudden you're probably looking at 7th. Then you're only 3 rounds behind. You can work your way back into it, but Raw just on top of the moment. Players standing up where they need to. Forvin on 17 kills, 11 for Min, 10 for Gibbs. Meanwhile, Laney's got 13, but next closest there is Aid and Kezra and Lane, though. Those are the opening picks they need. They stop Verdun down towards that B push, and Sir Quest taken down from Lane as he finds a second in towards the top mid area, locking down mid in general. Forvin now with Min. They've found Comfy. They can go back and get this bomb, and they've got to be careful here just as how much they push. Actually, they pushed just through top mid there. That's Easter, and pushing behind Lane. Oh, the spray! Both players caught in awkward angles. Forvin gets the first there, almost the second as well. And they've given themselves a lock-in Makeza towards bottom mid. He won't be expecting that, and there it is. And now, Min with it all to do on a 1v3, has the bomb in, but 46 seconds. He's sort of locked into this spot. He has to commit towards A, you'd imagine. Lane is low. It comes down to which angle he peaks.
Well, slowly. I mean, if he wins the duel now, oh my god, he's going to pick Lorkay apart. Oh my goodness, can he do it? That's going to be the question. Keza has an 8 he has to fold this one off, doesn't want to go for the raw pick dry, and he says,
why didn't he pick him?
Here we go. There was nothing. That's just it. He has to run back to the side. He's going to do the same thing. But at the same time, the same thing might not be the right one. The call is going to be good though. Ming is... Oh, he tried. Right? There was not enough time. And Langs, fortunately, sat at the correct area and said, okay, you know what? This is going to be just fine. We'll take this one 10-5. The side's going to be switched. Raw is going to have a commanding lead over Swinburne Black. But I tell you what, Swinburne... if you can take the early pistols, you take the early rounds, you string 3 in a row, you deny, and then you keep it rolling, you can be going to 10 to 10. We've seen stranger things happen. And so, let's go. It is going to be a big, beautiful half, especially if this nade goes through, and that's going to be, just a little bit damage to Comfy and Look. I mean, we'll take that with a 5-man rush.
And Verdon, he's caught completely off guard there from lane. He had the nade out in hand, and okay, we'll get the bomb down, so a perfect start there for Swinburne. Roar responded by rushing this banana, and all Easter, he's about to get a whole lot of presence towards him there, and Gibbs decimates him. 4v4 situation now as they make their way up banana. Comfy's going to be flashed up by his own teammate from there. They've got the one player towards CT. You can see Lane tucked in towards Church as well. Keza trying to take these fights towards Fountain. Finds that first one. Looking for a second there on the Gibbs. Gets the dink, and also the sprays coming through. Getting them nicely here. Swinburne Black. Lane can pop out from Church. One. Make that a second. And Swinburne Black. There it is. Pistol on the board. Very solid one. The bomb plan to follow it as well. And that will mean that they will get themselves a nice buy into this next one. Raw, meanwhile, you know, they don't need to force anything. I would imagine just a couple of pistol upgrades there. You can see Gibbs on the P250. Nade for Min. A couple of flashes, so they'll just do maybe a stack, possibly rush through mid. And it looks like they are grouping up for something like that. So this could be a very just a quick round. That'll they'll just keep the sort of stack towards top mid, not want to give too much away. And that nade doing a nice bit of damage, laying down to 61. And this crossfire and Swinburne, well, just, you know, you don't want to walk into this. But then again, you don't know what they're playing in this situation. So if you're going to walk into this, make sure you do it with a fair amount of players, as now the mid-rush starts to come to fruition.
Alright, they're going to pick lane, but Easter is here for the backup. Gets a big triple kill, and it's just going to be 4Vin. 4Vin, he wants those long distance duel. He just wants to tap ahead here and there, so he's going to like jiggle and wiggle. Oh, he's going to get a gun donated. I think that's going to be enough. That's going to be enough for Swinburne to just turn tail and say, alright, let's just quickly play safe. We'll give 4Vin that 1 AK. I mean, if we do pick him up, we'll pick him up. At the same time, Raw is going to be able to go and reinvest, buy a few things here and there into the next one. Ultimately, I think if Raw picked up this round, that would have been an ultimate denial, because straight up, Raw is going to be like, you know, going to pivot around the AWP play. At the same time, right, this could just be the strategy that Raw is just waiting for. Like, you know, we'll have a few rounds to work with. We can just bulk up our economy. We can bulk up our place. If we, you know, have enough, get that AWP out, that's pretty much, you know, GG into mid, and we can just look to bolster our defenses onto B. And there's going to be a play here. They want to go hunting. They don't want 4Vin to take this bomb. I mean, they don't want to take this bomb. Take this AK away into the next round. I mean, who cares? Easter's quite low. No, they are going to find 4Vin. He's going to be hunted down efficiently. And now Raw. This is going to be the one. That's going to be super important. But Swinburne is going to be just as important, if not even more, because they need to put them down. They need to try to get a chance to have a comeback.
10-7. As Raw now lock in their first buy in this second half. And nice kill there as well at the end from Keza, because it just means, you know, because there could have been an AK saved across, and it could have been a bit more utility thrown across to the Raw players when you have that, you know, extra rifle. But off that, they have to reinvest with all those rifles, and they're a bit short on the utility. Foreman's been spotted there. The boost not working in his favour. Caught on that off angle from Keza coming up on that right side of Banana, and he's already just going to keep it there. Not doing any huge rotations off that. You got the one there, so Cirquest sort of just has to fall back and hit towards this one here. You can see Verton, he's thinking about like just going towards the B site. Meanwhile, Swinburne Black, though, seems like commitment's going to be towards A, so there's a whole lot of pressure on towards the site there on Gibbs and also Min. So they start to get themselves ready in towards apartments and looking towards that short side. Rotations coming in late here, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do much. But Swinburne just taking their time with the utility setup means that they've just given enough time, maybe the Lyra Pete to come in. He keeps up on towards the box, gets that first one. He's going to stick to the position as well. He gets a dig, not quite the kill. Min now will get the one from Lyra inverted, coming in late, and they just take a bit too long to start breaking on Swinburne, and it comes back to hurt them. They can't clear out there. Min grabs two. It's all left on Lolke. He's been completely flashed off. He grabs one. Won't be able to find a second, though, as Circus gets that one, and Raw will find their 11th. And I mean, it's just, it's like, you know, you go a bit quicker there with the smokes. You get off library. You're left with just the two you need to find on site there. They probably get that plant. They get more of a chance in that round. But they just take, you know, 5 or 10 seconds longer than they need to. Sometimes that's all it is. And we're all grabbing that one. And now Swinburne stuck onto just the pistol. The Deagle's out. A couple of flashes, but not too much in the way of, well, weaponry.
Well, here we go. I mean, they really are struggling right now. That last one could have went very sideways if they just played that, a little bit more faster. At the same time, you're going to be crying over spilled milk. And so with Raw, with commanding lead again, and they do have the guns advantage, it's going to be something that Swinburne is going to be looking into, try to get something tags, but not like that because Gibbs going to quickly pick up Keza. 4v5 situation, they have to go for the raw peak. Easter has the one flash, looking to just try to find an angle, just trying to find something in order to trade 1 for 2 or even 1 for the price of 3. I mean, anything they can do in order to just get a side, get a plan. You can tell Swinburne is getting desperate into this pistol round. They know they can't be losing it out for no reason. They give a flawless run to Raw. Raw's just going to bank up, and slowly this is going to be pushed. They get that first one into it, and oh man, Ming is just so practiced, and he is going to go for a full shutdown into here, and Raw's going to pick up a very, very clean round.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a tough one there for Swinburne when you don't have any sort of utility to use that much there, because you need to sort of just hope that players aren't peeking from positions when you get on towards the side. And Raw will grab themselves their 12th, and they don't lose any players for that one as well. It's a bit of an economy build up from a few, but the buy for them, it's not particularly great again. I mean, because they've got their fan masses and MP970 from the previous round, so they're almost a bit short on this one. But Keza and Easter, God, the damage they've taken before they've even seen a play. That is massive utility work there from Raw. Keza's 44, Easter down to 21. They're still trying to commit in towards the B1 as well. So they want to at least have the presence towards the Banana, and Easter's going to be punished for it. He goes down. Gibbs has been spotted towards short side, so Comfy will grab him. He's down to 33 HP. Lolk will grab mid as well, so they managed to swing this one back around. In fact, that's the A side open. They've got all the kills in there. So while they had all the presence towards that B side, Swinburne Black, they managed to get the next one. Lane should have another one there as well. Could even grab a second one on the Sir Quest. He won't. A 2v3 situation. Bomb still yet to be planted. And this is where the low HP players could come back to hurt Swinburne.
Well, looking for that one nade. Forbin's going to quickly take that first one. Takes the second one. They know where he's going to be at Sir Quest. One-on-one situation. Has the key. Has a bit of time to play around. The nose is just going to be picking into the angle. Comfy slowly trying to rotate through. Oh, he tried so hard. He really did. He did not know what was going to happen. He gave it a guess, and it was not the right one, unfortunately. But it was not a bad round. They got most of that done. It's just that right now, Raw is so ahead in terms of the economy. You put them down to one round, they're going to come back into the next round anyway. Swinburne is going to be able to go back and have a think about what they're going to be doing for this round. But look, if they don't pick this one up, which, most likely won't be the case unless, they become gods, pistols at the same time, get the correct flashes through. Otherwise, you're looking pretty much at a 14-7 deficit, and then you're going to have to look at Swinburne trying to swing everything away. Denied that championship point. And so pressure is on. Swinburne needs a lot of encouragement and energy. So start channeling it in as Loke is going to get that open pick.
That's an M4 A1S dropped across as well. So something to use here. Lane does have armor as well, so if he gets it towards him, can put that towards some pretty good use, and that's where he'll be falling. Raw though, off that. Not really any movement. Still happy to have the two players towards both sides as minute starts to tick down here. And how does Swinburne Black want to play this? They've got an opportunity now. You've got a rifle. They've got the smoke to clear off CT if they want to head towards B, and they've got that flash. But the thing is, Raw still have all this utility as well. It's what won them the previous round. The utility damage early on came back to haunt Swinburne Black, and already Keza down to 71 from that nade up towards that car position. Flashes, smokes, start to go over, so they'll leave CT open, and that's going to allow Forbin to get some sprays. 1, 2, 3. Oh, make it all. No, not quite. Lane with the M4A1S picked up. Full grab 2, but that was all it'll be, and I think not smoking off CT. They went for that coffin smoke instead, and that comes back to haunt them. And well, I mean, for Swinburne, still some decent damage at least. They'll force rebuys across the board there for Raw, surviving with just the two players. And now, well, yep, this is almost a do or die situation buy round wise. I mean, the loss bonus is high, but they drop this one here. They're going to have to find 8 in a row. And they're immediately just pushed back off from that banana presence. Molotov's out early. At least force some ones out there towards banana, so that's nice as they start to spread themselves towards A. But Raw, they've just been very solid so far, holding this one down. They're looking to try and lock into 15, give themselves map, series, grand final, and championship points for this first semester.
All right, here we go. 14-7, round 22. Swinburne absolutely need to take this one away and lock it down. They're going to quickly get Gibbs, and Forbin's going to grab one in return. Meanwhile, Ming, oh, the angle is just so good. He is just going to be getting the nade out. Doesn't really get too much. He's going to be the flash, popping one off right here. Doesn't really get challenged just yet. No one wants to push him. Kung Fu meanwhile has been spotted. At the same time, Loke gets taken down by Ver. Oh, like, it's such a tough moment, and Ver's gonna get another one. And now all of a sudden, 2v4 situation. Forbin is just, oh man. It's all up to Easter, and Easter needs to do something. Slowly, he's walking through. He's gonna get pushed up. He's gonna quickly spot out Ver. That smoke is good. He's gonna quickly duck 10-tail. He goes, nope. Oh, does he realize?
That's massive. Using the power to his advantage, Verdun, and Easter's got no idea where he's killed from in the end. 15-7, Uni of New South Wales Raw, 8 map series and championship points here to lock this one away. Swinburne will buy what they can, and it's AKs across the board. Bit short in the utility side of things, but realistically, it's all they could want for in towards what could possibly be the final round here. And Comfy starts it off nice. They're going to be bringing out Forbin. Verdun with the immediate trade back, though, as Keza tries to make his way out, but Cirquest gets him as he tries to fall away from Banana, and Raw hold it perfectly. They have not allowed them to get much towards that side at all. And after winning the initial pistol rounds, they just haven't been able to get into these gun rounds, and Gibbs finds Easter, and now Lol K and Lane with it all to do. Got to find 2 players on towards this site. And Gibbs holding that angle from Library Amp. This one almost seems done here.
Oh, man. Here we go. Look on the flash. Here we go. Ming is spotting them out. And Ming, he is just going to take that first one. Reduces Look to almost nothing after Gibbs. And Gibbs is slowly looking through. And Gibbs takes him down inside. 16-8. 16-7. That is going to be a 2-0 grand final victory for UNSW Raw, and baby, was that delicious between the two. It is an absolute beautiful moment to see Raw take this one all the way home. A big victory for their side.
Yeah, and I get the job done very nicely in the end, and I think we sort of stated beforehand at the start of this one, is at least after that first map, was that Raw, they were just on. They were on from the very start, and they got off to an impeccable one over on the side of things. And I think the thing was Swinburne, they won 3 of the 4 pistols. It just was the gun rounds. They just could not get a look in towards sites, whether they were trying to attack. They couldn't quite get the holds when they needed them to. And Raw just pounced on any small mistake that Swinburne did. They were completely on tonight, and all credit to them. Coming from the 2nd seed, they have not dropped a single one in these playoffs. They've done a fantastic job, and they will be crowned the champions. Swinburne side of thing, I mean, considering they dropped down to lower bracket after losing to Raw initially in that first round of the playoffs, go down 2-1, they did a flawless run through the lower bracket, and that is no mean feat. There were some tough teams down there. They completely floored them all. Not a single map dropped. Just run out of steam when it comes to the grand finals. But congratulations to them for a very nice lower bracket run and for a fantastic season, and to all teams that have participated. But it will be the Uni of New South Wales Raw being crowned your champions. They'll be smiling with that one. I mean, you know, familiar names there, Amp, that we know and love. Verdun, Cirquest, all those boys together. They'll be taking that one away as they'll take a quick break, of course, you know, as semesters roll around before they get ready for that 2nd season and look to try and go back-to-back for the year 2022.
Hey, look, you know, that's exactly what we want to see. If you really enjoyed all the competition and, you know, you want to get yourself involved, make sure to go and, you know, have a chat, sit down with your uni, right? It is time to keep on rolling, you know, bring everyone together into the site. You say, hey, you know, what a beautiful competition we have at AEL. So, you know, you want to get invested, you want to, you know, start the team, you want to start a sister team, you want to just get yourself in there, start, you know, scrims against each other, having a lot of that esports going through, and, you know, perhaps the universities or the colleges that you're with will start investing into like esports labs, getting something into it, making this space even more bigger, and then eventually we will be adding even more games, you know, like Valorant, like, League, like, everything that we want to do, including, like, even Among Us, but at the same time, it's just something that we get so passionate and absolutely, amazing about. We really love what we do here, and you guys make it happen, which gives us the ultimate joy as casters, to see these brilliant games explode right in front of our eyes. Sometimes we're just like going, wow, what that is why they are there, right? That is why we're casting, that is why they are sitting there competing with everything out of their minds. And I gotta give it to them, right? We see so many great players coming through. We see like Lang and Easter. We see Kezab all the way back as well. You see Forvin, you see Verdian, like, oh, you see Cirquest. Like, it's just unbelievable synergy, unbelievable play style that they have, absolutely evolved from the beginning all the way to the end. I mean, if we started with Raw's journey from this, we started all the way, in the back, We see Cirquest coming in with his whole team trying, their best in absolutely amazing style, trying to, make it fun and get this one through. Swinburne obviously coming from the side, just wiping the floor with competitions that we thought was not possible. And through the competitions throughout the years, season after season, they now become practice champions, right? And, they can take that, hold their head high, and just make it absolutely amazing. So it's just mind-blowing to see what's happening. So massive GG to everyone that's competed throughout the season, always getting involved with AEL and making this thing even more better. And of course, if you do want to follow AEL in exactly what we do, make sure to follow at AU Esports League across all of our social medias. That is going to be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then of course on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AEL AEL Uni 2, where we'll bring you the latest competitions between CSGO, Rocket League, Dota 2, Rainbow Six Siege. We have Smash, we have a lot of like different events for councils, for all the Comic Cons, everything that we do, just highlighted right there at the same time. And of course, we gotta give a massive shout out to our sponsors who actually made all of this happen season after season. Haz, would you like to do the honors?
Oh, do we have to do another read bit again just to really give them the full experience? I mean, I can do it again. I think we should probably shout out Mr. BK as well, our server admin, who's currently on screen with us at the moment, jumping around. Should probably stick to the serving admin because, I mean, that's just horrible calligraphy right there. I think that's supposed to say hi, but there's a whole, at least on my screen there's a whole top right thing just missing. It's just absolutely rubbish. So, but he does good to do server admin stuff, so we'll give him a pass with that one. But yeah, Sample, I think we'll run through our sponsors here. We'll start with our first one, of course, Predator. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming today, the gaming PC partner of AEL. And they put power, precision into your hands. Elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality, performance, thanks to the guys over at Predator. Secondly, we have the best viewing experience. These guys, of course, the AOC Monitor side of things. And they have the first ever monitor crafted for League of Legends. So something for you, Amp, because I mean, I know you're an avid League of Legends fan. Me, myself, not so much, but maybe because they have that monitor, I might grab it myself. It's represented in every aspect there, from the iconic Hextech design that I just don't love, and the logo to a specific game setting mode. In-game visuals achieve their fullest potential from the combination of AOC monitors, and they are expertise of the creators of League of Legends. Riot Games, right? I think they have that little game, I think, called Valorant as well, or something there. You may have heard of it. But make sure you check out that one. It's the Aegon Pro AG 275QXL. We can find that at aue.aoc.com if you are interested in that kind of monitor. And finally, of course, and not least, because they do provide very nice stuff. I probably need one myself, and that is the Rig Boys. What it takes to win. They are your headset sponsor, and they deliver superior audio for both competitive gamers and also streamers, if not quite the other side of things. And, they're the Rig team there. Make sure you join them. Enhance your gaming experience. They do fantastic sound for them. I think that's the last sponsor read for this season wrapped up.
I think so too. Thank you very much for all of our sponsors, but also a massive thank you to all the viewers at home, to all the competitors, to everyone, sparing some time to come and cheer for their squad. It is an absolute pleasure to be able to be here and of course, present to you a wild journey, especially during these times. we give massive shout outs to all the AEL staff, for making this happen. It's not easy, especially given how much task and how much things we have to do, and at the same time, it's a big thing to commit to all of the casters that have been around. And to Matcha, who says, I'm sorry, she was AFK. Want to do another sponsor read, Haz?
I might pass on that one. As much as I do, I feel like I've used up all the last bits of my energy on that beautiful sponsor read. So, mate, you're just going to have to go back through the VOD and go through all that sponsor, because it was very nice, I'll give you that. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, speaking of the AEL casters, I must say I've been fairly absent this season due to, things going on and also some poor timings of my own. BK can probably speak for that one. I'm a fan of my very late notices of not being able to show up, which is probably why I didn't show up until the grand finals. But you hit one here, you one there. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you want to, but that's how it was. But I think Matsy, I was thinking, Mr. 2S BS,
Charisma,
another few there. Charisma, Two Tap Tony, all fantastic casters, all do fantastic stuff, and they've all going just carried this season through, especially when I haven't been here for a few. And they've been doing it a lot with UMP as well, and I think it's been fantastic. Everyone's enjoyed themselves. Everyone's just had fantastic fun, both on the playing side of things, casting, and I'm sure the viewers have also had a bit of fun as well. I think the Uni New South Wales guys will definitely be celebrating into the evening with something, but yeah, I think just another fantastic season for AEL. It's only up and further for all these ones for Australian esports in general, and especially on the Uni side of things. So looking forward to next season, which I believe registrations for that one, they start around sometime in June, 21st of June.
21st, yep.
Is when they open for. So if you do want to get in for the next season, make sure you do register 21st of June. That'll be at the ael.org.au/uni website. And Amp, I think, well, the only ways we can do from here is just a few more socials where everyone can follow us. And then that's pretty much us done for the evening, I believe.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, all good things must come to an end, but if you wish to keep on going with our journey, besides from AEL and following all their awesome journey, make sure to also follow at HazDaddySlim, because this man's an absolute legend. We are the dynamic duo casters together. You would have noticed that we cast a lot of things all the way, between CSGO, Valorant, and
probably not so much this season, but in other things.
Well, yeah, other things, yeah, they're right. There are some unfortunate timing did play around this season, but you know what? It's also a good chance to get all the talents all around OCE to make it a community where everyone shows that respect and shows the level of talent that we can proudly present in order to get more games going on, proudly casted. And I tell you what, I think every game that every team that competes will appreciate the fact that hey, it's like, oh yeah, we're live, let's go baby, like get this one going and get everyone there. So please follow at HazDaddySlim and twitch.tv/HazDaddySlim for his latest cast playstyle between TF2 and a little bit of Overwatch and a little bit of smooth talking on the Twitter.
That's true. I think Twitter's the more active at the moment because I can't really stream too much on my end because I am on the farm right now. And I'll be honest, the internet doesn't do too well. I'm surprised I'm even able to cast sometimes with how it goes up and down. Good old Telstra 4G Xbox that I'm running on. But also follow my man himself, Mr. Emperor ZK. He's probably going to be streaming more than me. Emperor_6 Twitch, also on Twitter. Pretty sure he's got a LinkedIn account somewhere as well, so make sure you hit him up there if you do want any, business opportunity. He's a businessman, he knows what he's doing. He's been in this business for a very long time, so make sure you do hit the man up. Give him a kiss for me if you run into him. And well, Amp, that ends another season there. Again, another one where we haven't unfortunately been able to person. I don't know if we're going to be having grand finals on a LAN at some point. I'm hoping this year. That's the hope, because we've been doing this now for 2 years together.
Yep.
And we still have not been able to actually meet each other in person. So when that happens, that'll be a big reunion, I'm sure. But
oh yeah,
for the time being, we have to stick to what is happening here. And again, congratulations to UNSW New South Wales Raw champions for Season 1 of 2022, and also to all the teams that competed throughout the season. Make sure you're back again. June 21st is registration day for the second season, so lock yourself into that. And that is us going to be signing off. I'm HazDaddySlim. This has been Emperor ZK. This has been AEL Uni CSGO, and we will catch you all next time.
Peace.